Are you stuck at home in lockdown? Yeah, I know, we all are. Don't worry, we've got you covered because it's time once again for Live at Night with Pete Ferrero, where whatever happens, happens. Here's your host, Pete Ferrero.
They must be like the life of the party.
Okay, here we are, Live at Night. Tony Mangia is with us.
What's up,
Okay,
ladies and gents?
Better. I had my volume all the way down, so I just.
Oh, you're blaming me! You're blaming me. It was you, Mamma mia, que got to fight.
Hey, Peter. Also, you put 8 o'clock on Facebook too, not 9 o'clock.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, it's the complaint department.
The complaint department.
That's hilarious. Because
So you made me take a shower for no reason.
we were both so confused. What time are we doing this shit? Yeah. Sorry. No, you know what? I do that other show on Wednesdays, the Beverly Hills show. So I just we were working on a promo for that. Anyway,
So earlier time because older audience, right?
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, I'm happy to be here, and we've got our usual food crew to talk sandwiches. It's Monday Night Mangia because named after Tony Mangia. Let me ask you guys before we get into this. Mangia, are you okay with being the Secretary of State again? And
Yeah, of course. I like that. I do it on my phone. I look over here and live comments. So yeah, no
We've got
problem.
we're starting off a little bit slow. Maybe the time. Fuck, I didn't even make a fucking picture for this episode. Anyway, okay, so it's good to have everybody here. Before we get into this, Gennaro, how have you been?
Pretty good. I've been a ringer kind of because I've been working at a Italian grocery and deli shop too. So I'll be able to put a little bit of my experiences towards this wonderful conversation with these guys.
Very awesome. How is this whole virus treating you? You got a lot going on. You have a regular job, you have the serious show, and you've been helping a lot of people out. So you're trying to keep busy in this?
I'm keeping super busy. Yeah, my regular job, it's weird because I'm normally working arts funding, but right now I'm helping people who are claimants for unemployment with the state for New York right now. So it's wild. Every day I'm getting people, we're calling them to fix their problems. So I'm working on that during the day. And I'm also helping my restaurant friends with any benefits they're doing, any projects, things like that, feeding the homeless, feeding frontliners. So, just keeping really busy and taking care of my family too.
Are you dealing with phone calls like, look, I'm trying to get my fucking unemployment together here?
Yes. They said they would have called me 3 weeks ago. Nobody called. So thank you for calling.
I'm sitting waiting for my fucking my paperwork and this kind of
That's what I'm working on now. Yeah. So
I'm also everyone's one of those people in Jersey. I don't think anybody's getting anything.
And no, it's a big problem.
It's a huge problem. We're already off the rails. Here we go today. Okay, so now we have Chef Mike Carrino. How have you been, man? You're the talk of the town.
I'm busy, dude. I'm busy as busy can be.
That's great, man. Well, when I say that you're the talk of the town, you've been getting a lot of coverage because of the stuff that you've been doing with Heroes and all that stuff. Talk to me a little bit about what that's been going on.
So, yeah, the campaign that we started a couple months ago was Heroes for Heroes. It's a sandwich campaign to support first responders and hospital workers and just pretty much anybody who's in need, Salvation Army, Family Service Bureau. And, it started pretty amateurly, just putting together some sandwiches for some organizations, and then it caught some traction, and then our guests found out what we were doing, so they wanted to donate. So they were putting in $5 here, $10 there, and then it got to like $10 here, $20 there, $50, $100, and money started coming in. So we're like, oh, well, we need to use this money. So then we just started, donating more. And our web designer put together a cool little logo, and it's very simple. People are donating money. We're matching every dollar that comes in. 100% of the money that comes in goes directly to the food that's donated. And we've donated to first responders in Nutley, Belleville, Bloomfield, Clifton, Harrison, Montclair. We've been to Claremont Hospital, Mount Sinai Hospital, Jersey City Medical, UMDNJ, Nutley Family Service Bureau, Salvation Army, just to name a few.
That's crazy, man. That's good, man. We talk a little bit all the time about your situation with Pig and Prince and all that. When you closed that, could you have ever visualized this being something that happened for you in your career?
What I'm doing now?
Yeah.
In regards to the charity work or
charity,
charity work. Yeah, the charity work is nothing I'm alien to. I've been doing stuff like this since I was a little kid. You know, my mother used to instill those values in me when I was really little. When I opened my first restaurant in 2006, Passionné, I started doing Thanksgiving dinners for the homeless with the Salvation Army, and that was 2006. And we've done it every single year, and I haven't missed a year. So even the year between Passionné and Pig and Prince, and this year past 2019 without Pig and Prince, I still did it. So we've been 14 years strong with that, and we've probably served over 30,000 meals.
That's
full Thanksgiving meals, you know, turkey, dressing, stuffing, mashed potatoes, vegetables, salad, potatoes, apple crumble, the whole nine. So we go all out on that. But you know, we were fortunate enough to be one of the businesses that were able to stay open. We're fortunate enough to be holding our own through this whole pandemic. Mm-hmm. So when we have the opportunity, I said, this is what we're going to do. And no one had any, there's no static there. Everybody was on board. They were all really excited about it. And that's what we're doing.
That's awesome. Okay.
And then all this other media just kind of came out of nowhere.
It's everywhere, man. It's newjersey.com. It's always good when
I will give credit's due. You know, I used to have a publicist years ago. His name's Brian Lowe. His company's BMLPR, and he's definitely he heard what we were doing. I think he definitely saw the value in it, so he juiced it for us, and he's been helping us out getting all that. So it's not just us. We've had a little bit of help, to be completely honest. So.
Oh, that's great, though, man. That's perfect timing for that. Now, Tony Mangia, what have you been up to? I see you're out and about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to still do my thing, trying to support those small businesses. Trying to get as much shopping that I can do. I was at a. I don't know if you guys heard. Have you heard of Jersey Girl cheeses?
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, really. So I took her right out to their farm.
What are you saying, Jersey Girl? What did you say, Jesus?
No, cheese, not Jesus.
Cheese.
I was like, what? We're going here already?
Cheeses, formaggio.
Okay,
cheeses.
Okay.
And so they make Italian style cheeses. They make mozzarella. They make the fresh agotto. They make a vino primo sala. So I picked some of that up over the weekend, and I was making some sandwiches with the mozzarella. I picked up the burrata; it was excellent, and with the fresh agotto, I made a nice little dessert. Some of the amarena, like the Fabri cherries on top of the agotto, absolutely delicious. So I go there. I go to my local baker again. I try to support the local business as much as I can. And I wear my mask. I look like an ass wearing a mask. But
what are you gonna do?
But and actually, I went to get gelato yesterday. I went to Four Seasons. I haven't been there in a while, so I had my my brioche con gelato, and that was kind of what I've been doing the last couple of days, eating.
I went to get beer today, and the guy wasn't a guy wasn't wearing a mask in the store, and I'm in LA, and Jersey came out of me. I looked at her. You fucking kidding me? Really? He looked at me like I was crazy. Like, we don't do that out in LA.
Who was it? The person shopping or the person?
A shopper. I
don't know. Maybe Mike, you can answer this. Do the workers have to wear masks?
Yes,
they do have to wear masks.
We do. Yeah.
Because I know so. I mean, I'll be honest. I've been to some places not wearing masks, so I don't know if that's
especially back of the house.
Gloves seems to be optional for sure.
For customers.
What's that?
For customers.
For customers or for workers, St. Pete?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
You said gloves.
Oh, gloves is optional. I'm talking about for the employees.
No.
Not
on my
I mean, sometimes you go to the store and two guys are fucking wearing the gloves, and then two other guys are not wearing them. Like, what the?
That's why LA's gonna open up in 3 years. That's the reason.
From a food
LA's gonna open up in 3 years for that reason.
From a food handling standpoint, yes, we wear gloves.
Yeah, you have
to wear gloves if we're doing the register.
I
But
see.
yeah, and at least the Nutley masks are mandatory right now for everybody.
What do you think about this clip, guys, of this cop saying at the gym? I mean, I know this is not about sandwiches. Did you guys see this in Jersey? It's a big. I know you guys are.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. He opened up.
We got the opinion crew here. What did you saw that shit? I mean, don't you think this is going to just work in reverse? You know what I mean? Like letting the gym open, and then everybody's going to get sick, and then there's going to be thousands of more people, and then they're going to have to close everything down again.
I think one of the big issues with this whole thing is that New York City, I should say, is adamant about keeping the beaches closed. So that just means everybody's going to come to New Jersey or Connecticut.
Yeah.
So I don't really understand saying, okay, we're going to keep the beaches closed in New York, because it's that I think is gonna make it worse, because everybody, again, like I said, they're going to come to Jersey, going to go to Connecticut, they're going to go to places that have beaches that are open. So I mean, even that, I mean, I gotta be honest. With you. Are they opening bathrooms? Like, where are they gonna be? It's gonna be shit all over the water.
Yeah.
Literally shit in the water. I mean,
Bathrooms are not open.
I mean, I don't get it. I heard.
We were talking over the weekend about they're opening the boardwalk and stuff like that. What the fuck is that going to look like? You know, it's going to be people up and down the Jersey Shore boardwalk.
Yep.
With no bathrooms, just going to shit themselves.
Yeah, where it depends. Get your diapers.
You got to be the guy on the boardwalk selling that shit. You're going to do real good.
Yeah. Selling buckets.
God. All right, so we're talking about, we really went
sandwiches.
Yeah. We're talking about sandwiches, and we have nothing. And Tim Hanley says, "Hey, what's up, brothers?" So a good dude, Tim Hanley. You guys, Mike, do you know Tim Hanley from Ridgewood? He does the what's the place?
Sant'Egidio.
I guess the official words. Yeah, it's an awesome little pizza place in Ridgewood. No, that's all right. Whatever. When you get there, you get there.
I'll get there one.
You will, yeah. Well, he makes an incredible pizza. So, and we did pizzas with him last week. All right. So I want to ask you this first before we get into Mike's sandwiches, which is going to be great. I can't wait to talk about that. When we talk about like the breakfast sandwiches, the Taylor ham, egg, and cheese, are we calling it Taylor ham? I'm good with that. But do you guys all? Yeah. I feel like that's a Jersey, New York staple that a lot of people can't get anywhere else, and they don't really know what it is. So, Tony Mangia, to you, where are you going for your Taylor ham, egg, and cheese? That's a sandwich.
You're right. It's absolutely a sandwich.
I threw you a curveball. All right, yeah.
No, you did. I mean, really, I'm humana. I was watching the Honeymooners last night. I feel like Ralph Cramden. Humana. No, I mean. To
with
be
all
honest
the technical glitches we have with StreamYard in this program, you could have just went right off, clicked off, and then said, "Oh fuck, Pete, my."
Really, that is, you're absolutely right. It's a staple Jersey breakfast sandwich. Many places do it well. Many play. It depends. Do you want it on a bagel or do you want it on a plain roll? I mean, traditionally it would be more like on a regular plain old roll.
It's about a plain roll, but some people love the bagel version. I know that, and I don't hate it, but I like, if I'm gonna have the bagel version, I like the bagel to be scooped. So that's just my little thing. So there's just not a ton of bagel. I like sandwich, But
I don't know. I mean, like I said, you go to your local diner, they make a great Taylor ham, egg, and cheese. I mean, I think the greasiest diners are the better ones, the ones that have the grease sitting on the flat top since like 2002 or something like that. You want the real nice and greasiness. But I mean, some of my favorite local diners, talking about that make a sandwich like that. There's Nicholas Diner right in Patterson, a great old school Greek diner. The West Essex Diner, great. They make a great sandwich as well. A great Taylor ham, egg, and cheese. So those are just two places.
What about in Lyndhurst? That diner, the Colonial Diner.
Oh, that's a good. But their food is great.
Yeah, but
that's a show, Peter. Diners.
Lionel. Oh God, fuck. We got to do that. Monday Night Manja Diners next week. It's happening. Yeah, I got a feedback from a text. Someone said, "Don't be such a liberal." So okay, thank you. Thank you for that. Here we go.
What does that mean?
Oh, it was in regards to the whole fucking rant I went on about the gym owner. So that's yeah.
What's that to be doing liberal conservative?
Who the hell knows? Yeah, that's just the immediate feedback. That's the internet. Immediate feedback. Gennaro, what are you doing for your Taylor ham, egg, and cheese?
Definitely Palisades Park Bagels by my neighborhood. They're really, really old school. You got a bunch of young hustlers in there doing it the right way. They know what people want. They know that they want it loaded up. They want it greasy, as Anthony was mentioning, hot off the grill, definitely on a roll. And I think the roll is kind of important because if you get the eggs runny, it acts as a sponge and a delivery system into your body. So I don't think there's anything better than that. And of course, Taylor ham is Taylor ham. You can't get anywhere else because that's why Jersey is special. It's the Garden State for a reason. We should have Taylor ham trees.
Wait a second, Gennaro. They don't grow on trees?
No,
You just ruined
but
it for me. You just ruined it for me. I thought I could go in my yard and friggin' pick a Taylor ham, whatever the hell they call it. What do they call it? A roll? I don't know. What is the actual? It's like a roll, right? I guess that's
yeah, it's like a Kaiser roll.
a log.
A loaf.
Pork roll.
Yeah.
No, who calls it pork roll?
The company across the street from Taylor.
Liberals.
The liberal.
Liberals.
All right. So, Mike, where are you going for your Taylor ham, egg, and cheese?
Bagel Witch in Verona.
Okay. Yeah.
Where is it?
It's on Bloomfield Avenue. You know where Arian is?
Yeah.
About a block before Arian.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, it's on the right same side of the street. Everything bagel, Taylor ham, egg and cheese.
Wow. So now, Gennaro, are you a bagel? Are you a bagel or are you a roll?
I'm fats on both, but when it comes to sandwiches like that, definitely a roll.
Yeah, it's a roll for me too. Now,
Yeah, I don't know why. It's just like I said. It really just like the softness in the middle, but you have that crunchy on the outside. It works well. Like say with a crispy egg,
Yes.
It's just perfect.
Yeah. I mean, out here they don't have this in Los Angeles. They don't have a Taylor ham, egg, and cheese. So that's been an issue for me. But their egg sandwiches are different. They're like there's sometimes there's avocado on it. There's like it's
Liberal.
Oh God, I'm getting anyway, so anyway, we drove all the way up to Beverly Hills this week because there is a place called the Brooklyn Water Bagel, and that was pretty good. But they didn't have the traditional Taylor ham, egg, and cheese, but you can get an actual decent bagel with cream cheese. So that was my treat for Sunday. So okay, we talked Taylor ham, egg, and cheese. And I think to me, I think Colonial Diners is probably one of the better ones for sure. Yeah. All right. What about
Tim said something.
Okay. Agree with Mike. Everything bagel. Wow. All right. So there we go. Two votes.
Yep.
But if you're talking everything bagel, one of the best everything bagel is at a place called River Road. Hot Bagels on Saddle River Road in Fairlawn. They make a great.
I mean, fucking Jesus! Can't you save this for the fucking bagel episode? I'm just kidding.
There's a Hot Bagels in Bloomfield too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I love Hot Bagels.
Well, there's a couple of them. Now let's talk about sandwiches in general. Mike,
right.
you're a sandwich man now. This is the thing now. Besides you and Jeff Morrow. There's only two sandwiches. But so where were some of the sandwich spots that you used to go to before you had a sandwich spot?
Pete's in Nutley.
Okay. Not mine, just for clarity. Dennis Morgan says, I'm from Garfield, and he's tuning in. Hello, Dennis. Thanks for joining us here.
And then what the hell is it? The one over in Bloomfield or by Montclair. Nicolo's.
Nicolo, yeah.
I mean, those were convenience because Nicolo's is right by Pig and Prince and Pete's is nothing. Yeah. But, I mean, long-standing was definitely Pete's. I was going to Pete's since I was in high school.
That's great. Gennaro, what about you? Where were places that you were going?
Back in the day in Palisades Park, there was a place called Lucy's. And that's way back, but it used to be a on each actual hero, almost a pound of meat on it. It was old school, and my mom used to buy them, and we used to have me and my brother and sister cut them in threes, and we'd have lunch. So that's an old school place. But Lucy's was amazing. Another place by me in Richfield is Piccolo, and Piccolo they make little sandwiches. Everything's fresh. old school off the boat Italians, and everything is cut while you wait. And they do some killer mozzarella in the back, and they just do a great job. Condiments are great, and there's always lines there, so you know they're doing something good.
Yeah. Mangia, what do you got?
One of my favorite places of all time, probably Fiore's Deli in Hoboken. I've been going to Fiore's. I can't even tell you how long.
How
forever.
long? What the fuck?
I couldn't even tell you how. Also, a place that I found a little bit later, within the last, I guess, 20 or so years, has been Cosmo's in Hackensack, right next to Lido's. Again, another great old school deli. They make a great. It's called a spicy #1. So it has the spicy cold cuts. And also, but what you don't often see, it has provolone. I'm sorry.
What's on that? Because somebody called and asked me for that the other day.
It's you know what, to be honest with you, it's like the prosciutini, it's like the hot sopressade. It's what else? It has provolone and mozzarella, which you don't often see, the two of them mixed. And then it has if you want lettuce, tomato, onion, and then they put like the hot peppers on it. So that's kind of what that's what I go to there. But because he's on the show, I'm gonna give some props to Mike.
Okay, hold up. We're gonna give the old school, and then we're gonna go to his. Calm down.
I know. I'm pushing.
It's gonna happen. All right. So then I was gonna say Annabella's in East Rutherford. Have you guys ever been to Annabella's back in the day? I mean, I know they have a new spot now, and I know he's got a restaurant and all that stuff, but the original and the sandwiches are still banging in that new place. But that little shop that he had in I guess that's East Rutherford. Wow. I mean, absolutely incredible. All right, so now let's talk about Mike's shop. Now we're allowed to talk about
that. Go ahead, Tony. What were you gonna say?
All right. No, so that eggplant, he makes a banging eggplant sandwich.
Oh, the eggplant sandwich. Yeah.
The eggplant sandwiches. I mean, obviously, your parms are also really awesome. I think the one time I was there, I had the meatball parm, and that was outrageous. And obviously, it's Mike's sandwich and pasta shop, or pasta and sandwich shop. And your pastas are really off the charts. Some of the best, real, truly artisanal, literally handmade. You go to a lot of these pasta companies. It's there's a big machine in the back, and you don't see anything. I mean, you're actually watching. I guess it was Chef Mike Cosenza. You're watching him actually make these amazing little. I mean, whatever, whether it's a little
agnolotti, tortelloni, cappellacci, caramella.
And even say a couple of weeks ago, I actually called the shop. I guess it was on I don't know, it was a Wednesday or Thursday. I said, for Sunday, can you make me what was it? Whatever it was, tagliatelle. Boom! I picked it up Sunday morning. Wow. It was fresh made. So
can everybody do that, Mike?
What?
Can everybody do that just like that? Boom! Just pick it up. Just like that. He called in and it was made for him, just like that, right?
That's
like that. They're catering to the people. So if you want something special, they're gonna make it.
Mike, I have to ask you, and all apologies, by the way, to the person that sent me that message. They were just kidding, and I'm just kidding as well. Out of curiosity, I'm always interested in the art and the brain and where that comes from. You had just shut down Pig and Prince, right? Yeah. So how does I know that you're in the sandwich shop with somebody, but how does that come to your brain, and how do you think about a sandwich shop in Nutley? How do you kind of put all of that together?
Mike and I conceived the pasta shop before Pig and Prince ever closed.
Wow.
We were working on it since August of 2018.
Wow.
So we didn't just close something and be like, what are we going to do? We had over a year plus that we had been working on it and planning it and mapping it out and drawing out the business plan. And we were ready. If Pig and Prince didn't close, Mike was going to be over there and I was going to be bouncing back and forth. So what happened, and it is what it is.
So how does that conversation start with you and Mike? I know we're going deep, but I'm just curious, how this formulates for you. Are you you guys start talking about your old favorite places, or I wish we could do this, or I don't know what we're going to do? What is sort of the conversation happening?
I think honestly, the whole thing was born from a conversation of me probably complaining about something. No, I remember how
Probably, yeah.
I remember how it happened. It was me, I was going on one of my rants about how our industry needed a serious shockwave and needed some serious change, and that we're killing ourselves for what? And it's we're working we're working to impress ourselves, and that's it. And I was getting tired of it. I mean, towards the end of Big and Prince, I was just getting tired of it, man. I was just getting fucking tired. Just banging it out every day, and especially towards the end when I realized it was for what? It wasn't for anything. We weren't going anywhere. That wasn't going anywhere. So we had a lot of conversations, and we were thinking, okay, what is going to be the most quintessential and comforting and familiar thing to this area that's going to be a viable, profitable business? And pasta just made sense. I can remember when I was really little, my father used to come home with all of these pastas from these shops in Jersey City or Bayonne, and they don't exist anymore. They haven't existed for decades. And there's a couple pasta shops out there that are doing it right. You got Luray Pasta. I know I think there's one over in Lodi or Garfield. That's
Vita.
Yeah, I think that's the one. Yeah, and they're doing their thing. And the thing is that they're both very particular to what they do. So we said, okay, well, let's just fill in the void. I know Luray does a lot of dried and a lot of extruded, and I think that Villamia does a lot of ravioli.
Yes.
So, well, let's do that, but then let's fill in the gap. Let's do gnocchi, Parisian gnocchi, cavatelli, kolache, caramella, tortellini, everything in between. And that's what we do. And we're making shit up as we go along.
Gloria Bush asks, "Why am I frozen?" I don't know. I'm not in the tech support.
Because you're a cold bitch.
Just kidding. Yeah.
Kidding.
Call tech support. What are you doing here? I don't know what's going on with your Wi-Fi. It looks great here. You know what I mean? This is every Monday night Manda. It gets a little bit crazier. That's awesome, man. That's an awesome story. I love hearing how chefs sort of create, where their mind goes, and how it sort of becomes a thing. And then
we're not looking to reinvent the wheel here. Deli is deli. We have a couple cool different things, but
I don't know, man. You guys are an elevated deli. Like, you don't just do a deli. Do you know what I mean?
Here's my answer to that. Okay. Is a chicken cutlet is a chicken cutlet, but when you got 40 years of culinary experience behind that chicken cutlet, it's something different.
Yeah.
Like, I could tell you what we do, but I'm not gonna. But it's not really that complicated, It's really not. And it's everything in between. We spent with our guys, we literally spent 3 months deliberating on how to build the sandwich. What goes where, on what layer? We ate it. Did it fall apart? Well, let's move this. Don't put the tomato on top. Put it under the lettuce. And don't. So each sandwich construction, it's like stupidly, methodically thought out as to how it goes.
Right.
And we still argue about certain things on what we think is a better technique to put it together. But here's one thing that I hate. When I get a sandwich, when you have a sandwich that's this long, all the meat is right here, and you got nothing on the end.
Oh,
fuck. We also had a long conversation about are we going to cut the bread and open it, or are we going to cut the bread straight in half and have 2 pieces? And I don't like when you cut it and open it and you stuff it, because then it's like you're eating a hot dog. To me, that's not a sandwich. So,
yeah, no,
so we're a little anal retentive about some shit.
Mangia, do you have a favorite sandwich? And I'm not talking about at Mike's in general. Do you have a favorite sandwich that's your go-to?
One of my favorite sandwiches of literally of all time. It's the weirdest combination, but it's at Fiore's. It's their Monday special. It's Virginia ham and mozzarella, and their fresh mozzarella dunked in this amazing mustard gravy. It's one of my favorite sandwiches of all time, hands down. I could eat that sandwich every day and not get tired of it. But I mean, other than that, I mean, I'm a big mortadella fan, so just a little bit of mortadella with a little oil, it's just fine. A little sun-dried tomato, that's something as simple as that is great too, which I had today for lunch. So
Yeah. How about you, Gennaro? Do you have a favorite sandwich?
Like I said, I've been kind of like helping out a friend at A&S Fine Foods in Wyckoff. It's from the famed A&S pork store. So one of the things that Angelo does is an incredible porchetta, which is super crispy on the outside. It's about 30 pounds. When it's hot, you really can't slice it, but you can slice a little bit thicker. Once it cools off, you just slice that, and sometimes just some double heavy mayo. That with some really crispy onions and some semolina bread. And I always love seeded bread. I think the bread's the most important thing. Obviously, Mike could probably attest to that too. And just lay it nice and beautifully cut, and then just go to town on it. That's it.
Amazing. I had a chance to go to when I was doing that show that we worked on. Her name is Chef. Hillary Sterling took me to Sheepshead Bay, and we went to a place called Brennan and Carr. Is that the name of it? Maybe. Yeah.
Famous roast beef.
Yeah. Oh my God. How about it's a roast beef sandwich, and then it's just like, I mean, it seems like they've been doing the same thing. The restaurant looks the same inside probably for the last 100 years, and it looks like they've been dipping it in the same sauce for the last 40.
And they do that's a burger and roast beef together.
Oh God,
that's insane.
But anyway, so we went up there because we were shooting some stuff, and she's like, "You got to try this spot," and we did. Man, I was trying to pull a picture of it while we were talking about it, but. Man, is that good? What about a good old fashioned roast beef sandwich? Mangia?
That's a classic.
I don't
definitely a classic.
You could expand on that, Mangia, as I pull the fucking picture up. Over
I do have a comment on my watch party.
Okay, go ahead. What do you got on your watch party?
So actually, this is a friend also of Gennaro's, Tom Sant'Antonio.
Oh, thank God that name and not somebody else.
The cow. He said, "Oh, you guys are talking about all this food. What about a care package to me? You're treating me like a redheaded stepchild with freckles." The cow.
I don't know what to say about that. I can't find the picture. It just takes too long. But yeah, that was.
What about the old school roast beef sandwich? Remember Roy Rogers?
Yeah,
Roy Rogers a roast beef sandwich.
Or the Arby's.
I was gonna just say about Arby's. It's funny that you mentioned that. On the road trip, I remember Arby's being fucking this incredible roast beef sandwich. Something has changed in the Arby's recipe over the last couple of years. Now they must have just skimped on the bread. Something is different inside the Arby's sandwich, so they are just trying to roll with the punches and deal with it. It could have been because of the pandemic.
I have another comment from Thomas.
Everybody's using the pandemic to get out of any shit that's coming up in their life. Yeah. You want to come Friday by the pandemic,
especially child support.
Yeah.
I have two more comments for you, Peter.
All right, go ahead. Yeah.
He said Del Fonte's a very good roast beef sandwich with eggplant and broccoli rabe. Mm-hmm. And he also said Sheepshead Bay roaster, whatever the hell whatever the hell it's called.
Yes, we went there too. Yeah. Okay. So who's this? Dee Dee says, say hi to my husband, Quinto Pinto Aquino Rigo. Hello. I don't know who we want. I don't know why, but we said
hello, Papi.
We're gonna send Dee Dee a Brennan and Carr sandwich. She's gonna be waiting a while for that one. Okay, if we're talking sandwiches, and I don't know if this is a different conversation. Now, Tony Monty's gonna get on my case because I wanted to do this episode of cheesesteaks. Is it cheesesteaks?
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's talk cheesesteaks.
That's a sandwich, yeah.
Okay, why don't we do a cheese?
No, but it can also be its own thing because to me, the best cheesesteak is not in Philadelphia. Okay. It's at Donkey's Place in Camden.
Oh,
yeah. No,
I don't agree with that.
What's your favorite cheesesteak?
Steve's Prince of Steaks in Northeast Philly.
All right, so let's do this. We're driving to Philly. Not right now, but like, I feel like at this point, the conversation moves out of Jersey and moves to Philadelphia. Because if we're talking cheesesteaks, I know you just mentioned this fantasy place, Mangia, that you think is it's kind of good cheesesteak. But the reality of it is cheesesteak is a Philadelphia classic. Yes. I was going to order this Gold Belly. Have you guys heard of this website?
Yeah.
Over 90. The gold is it gold? I don't. They're not
Gold Belly.
Yeah.
I'm not getting any here. Yeah. They overnight to you a cheesesteak. Now, Gennaro, we've lost your face. What's happened?
I don't know. I got frozen on my end. Let me see.
Okay. But well, now you're like Gloria Bush. Why am I frozen?
I know. God punish me.
All right.
What's
So
the website?
we moved to Philadelphia, right? At this point, let's go there. Of the two, now there's going to be a lot of people. Once we do this, there's going to be a lot of gyms. You know, they're going to throw these other names out at us. But of the two, Pat versus Geno's, let's start there. Let's just start there. On the
You got to put Steve's in the contention.
No. We're gonna go on the block, and then we're gonna go off the block. All right. So on the block, to me, Pat destroys Geno's. It's not even up for a conversation. Gennaro, what do you think?
Anthony, remember when we went down to Philadelphia and we did the thing with Mark Vetri for Alex's Lemonade Stand?
I remember that
And
very
Pat's did the cheesesteaks. They were ridiculous, but you can't count out Tony Luke's either because he killed us when we went there as well.
Yes.
I'm going to go there. I do feel now. I'm going to tell you guys a story. I mean, I don't know if this is interesting. I don't care. I went down and met this couple. Okay, because it was a wedding thing, and they brought me down there, and they were like, "We want to take you to dinner." The same weekend, the Rolling Stones are playing in Philadelphia. My dad is friends with somebody that works for the Rolling Stones organization. He's very close to Keith Richards, so I'm not going to get into the whole thing. But anyway, so he sent me a text, and he said, "Well, if you're coming to Philadelphia," I was going there for the Stones show, but I was going to meet this couple. He says, "Listen, I don't know what's going to happen with Keith tonight, but if everything's free, we'll go do a cheesesteak. We'll go get some cheesesteaks." So I was like, "Okay, fine." So I'm sitting at dinner. We go to Dale Calday's restaurant in Philadelphia. We do four or five fucking courses.
No, Kevin Sprague.
Kevin Sprague. Okay. Kevin Sprague. Okay. Dale Calday's upset.
Same thing.
Yeah. So like he's watching. So we go to Kevin Sprague's place. I'm sitting at the restaurant with this couple. We're all the way through the dinner, and the guy sends me a text and says, "Let's do it." Philly cheesesteak throwdown. I have in my mind, I have no idea what this means. We get it because he's got access to everything in the world. We get down there, he goes, "Taxi!" You know what I mean? He calls a taxi. We get in a taxi. We go to Steve. We go to not Steve's. We go to Pat's. We go to Geno's. We go to Steve's. We go to. I fucking ate 4 or 5 of these cheesesteaks. Yeah, I just ate fucking Sprague's dinner. Sprague's was great, but the cheesesteaks were the best. But I will say, I love Pat's, but I do love Tony Luke's as well. There is something special about every single Tony Luke's that I've been to. Mike Carrino, Tony Luke's, where does he rank in your Philly cheesesteak?
Where do I rank Tony Luke's in mine?
Well, because you're talking about Steve. Like this, you know, like the.
So do I have to? Not, I'm confused.
No. I'm just saying Steve's at your top.
Yeah.
Where is Tony Luke on this list?
Probably second.
There you go. There you
Pete,
go.
I mean, when we went down there, we tweeted Tony Luke, and he goes, "Guys, don't move. I'm coming down and eat with you guys." It's that kind of like ownership that matters. That you know, he gives a shit, he cares, and that comes out in the product.
Amen.
Wow.
That's true.
That is very cool. All right, so tell me what you love about Steve's now. Now we're going off the block, and now we're going to Steve's.
Okay. What about it?
Tell me what you love about Steve's. Why is Steve's significantly better than the other places?
I don't know. It's what I like. I like it more. I mean, listen, the cheesesteak is the cheesesteak. I mean, I don't know. That's just the one I like the best. Maybe I had it the most.
Have you ever had Steve's, Tony Mangia?
I have not had Steve's.
There's a few different locations, but
How about
was in Northeast.
I know Joe Antiorio, your cousin Peter. He said that that Chinks is the best.
What? I feel like there's been an insult somewhere. Where where is it? This comment? Why the fucking comments? How are you?
No. We had talked about this a while ago. No. This isn't on any of your live comment.
Okay.
He mentioned this place called Chinks, but they had to change the name.
Yeah. Well,
They had to change the name, so now it's actually called. Oh, I just lost it. It's called Joe's. Eat at Joe's or something like that.
listen, I understand that we are all trying. We're all being funny. Let's save that stuff for another. So they had to change the name because of this.
Yeah.
Peter, I'm biting my tongue.
How would they ever think that was a good idea to name their?
Because you don't understand. If you know Italians, they give people the craziest nicknames.
Okay.
So it's an Italian person's nickname. It's not what you think it is.
Okay. So you're saying they call this guy this
Like
name? I'm not saying.
There's a place in Newark called Dickie D's. You think that's a guy's real name?
No, I got you.
You know,
Okay.
so
Manja, thank you for clarifying that because somebody, she's worried about being frozen. Wait till she hears that. You know what I mean?
would that be a liberal or a conservative comment? I don't know.
I don't know anymore. Okay.
I'm trying to pull it up. Yeah, so now it's called Joe's Steaks. It's
That's
on
much a little bit easier.
Torresdale Avenue in Philly.
Yeah.
But guess when they changed their name? 2013. So it wasn't like it was that long ago. They
No,
only changed
something
it-
must have woke them up. Yeah. Oh God. All right. So we hit cheesesteaks. I still don't think we've covered it because I feel like there's gyms that people talk about a lot, which I've never had.
Max's.
Yeah, there's a handful of other places being talked about. How about this? Jersey Shore. Are we saying Midway?
What's the one that we went to, Peter, down there? Steaks Unlimited? Where did we go? Steaks Unlimited?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, we went. It was me, you, and Hillman. Tim Hillman. A bunch of years ago.
Oh, I remember when we were doing all that shit. What does that mean? Steaks Unlimited.
Well, it's just a cheesesteak. We went and got cheesesteaks.
Well, why would we go there? Why wouldn't we go to Midway?
Because it was closed.
Okay, so what was it? There's another cheesesteak place down there that's like the Jersey Shore spot that they go to on that TV show.
I don't know it.
No.
Google it.
That's not bad. Those Steaks Unlimited, no? Did you enjoy Steaks Unlimited?
I mean, I don't remember. It was a while ago. I remember we went there. That's it. I don't remember if it was.
Mike, you shook your head no for Midway.
Disgusting.
If you were
when I was like 16, it was great.
Little fresh lemonade with the sugar, nice mixture. You remember that?
God, it's so disgusting. They just take the canned cheese and put it right on a freaking griddle. Warm it up. No, or cheese product. No, man. When I was like 17, I was like, get some Midway cheesesteak, but I was probably tripping on LSD or something. So that was a great idea.
Gennaro, have you been to the Jersey Shore? Do you have a cheesesteak spot at the shore that you really like, or they also?
No, just the standard ones you guys are talking about when we used to get drunk and have fun and be on the beach and just lay out all day and hang out. That's it.
All right.
Drink and have cheesesteaks.
And we're going to talk about sandwich spots. I think there's an area that we have not talked about that we have to talk about. I think Manja's going to get so excited when I mention Atlantic City.
White House Subs?
White House Subs. And you had a friend, Tony Baloney. Wasn't that his name, I think?
No, that was. No, his real name is Mike.
Oh, what the fuck?
So he changed his name too.
Okay, but
it was the witness protection program. I don't know.
I'm offended by baloney.
But they're actually, I think there's 2 or 3 Tony Baloney's now. There's one in Hoboken.
Okay, Mike Baloney. Yeah.
No. I forgot his last name. Mike Hayek.
Good friend too. Look at that.
He's not. I don't have him on my cell phone. I'm not gonna call him. Say, hey, yo, Mike, why do you say your last name?
Man, you go there once, and that's the end of it. Yeah.
But he was more like he was known for like his crazy pizzas. He does like what was it, like a General
Taco
Tso's
pizza.
chicken. What was it?
Taco
The taco.
pizza?
Yeah. Yes. The
I've
taco
had that
pizza.
crazy thing.
Yeah, he kind of is like an inventive, like he does a crazy topping shit like that. But the one thing I think that he's become kind of famous for also is that what was it, the truffle mozzarella?
Okay. Now, listen, to me, the bread at White House, I don't understand what's happening, but it's just so good. And the sandwiches at the White House sub spot in Atlantic City, it's so classic, right? I mean, is it still? I haven't been down there in a long time.
I've been there a long time.
Yeah.
But the bread there is very interesting.
Guy that owned a lot of casinos and closing them all up, so I haven't been there.
You're right about the bread. Remember they taught us about the bread, some with the salt air.
Well, how did we? Why were we on that tour?
I don't really remember. We were doing some crazy stuff back then. I don't know. We were all over the place.
But why were we there? I mean, that was crazy. But they did do that. Remind me about what is the issue with, or why the bread?
No, I think because the bread is definitely like we're kind of used to here in the cities, like up north in New York and New Jersey, of a more harder, crustier bread. Down there, it's a very soft, gentle bread.
Yeah.
And I think something with the salt air, like they let it sit outside for a little bit something about that was kind of
like that. Yeah, I think Tony Baloney was the one who told us.
He was the one that explained it all to us.
Yes, I mean it sounds like a cartoon character, but no, he did.
Well, I think most of the people we know are cartoon characters. I mean, come on.
For sure. I mean, and then there are sandwiches like we talked about pizza, and we talked about we talked about Roberto last week, but he has some cool. There's some cool sandwiches inside pizza spots too. Is my point? Yes.
Yeah, especially in the city right now, it's on fire. Like Mama's too, uptown.
Mm-hmm.
Every Wednesday, he does a sandwich, and people wait online for an hour or two just to get the sandwich.
Oh,
well, even what's his name? The Casella brothers. They were doing the Salernitana sandwich, the Panzuozzo. He had that place down. What was it, Gennaro, on St. Mark's?
Oh, it's St. Mark's place at Avenue A. Yeah. We went to the opening that time.
Yeah, and it's pretty much like it's like a sandwich on pizza dough. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Hey, I mean, even Tim Hanley, What's Up Brothers? I mean, he makes some good sandwiches over at his place too.
Italian, yeah.
There was another place that popped into my head, but it went out when I said
Peter, at his place at Tim's, you have to get the meatball smash sandwich that his partner Heather does, and she's an incredible chef from the city. So that's his partner, Stella Artisan Italian. Great stuff.
And I don't know. I've never been to the Speakeasy, but I know that the two spots that I've been to are just incredible. So definitely, Mike, you got to get up there when restaurants open up again.
Where is that?
Let's go together.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I'll be back to working on a documentary with somebody that's in this room. So, yeah. Okay. Let me. This is going to be a left field, but Mike's going to like it. The banh mi.
Ooh, okay.
Let's change the topic a little bit. We're talking about the classic Italian stuff, but we cannot skip some other people's sandwiches, other culture sandwiches.
Oh,
the banh mi is sometimes the banh mi to me is the better sandwich. I'm sure there's a place that you're going for banh mi, Mike.
No, I make them.
Nice.
I'm serious. I mean,
Ani ramen is one of your favorites. Are they doing a banh mi or is it just ramen?
Banh mi is Vietnamese, ramen is Japanese.
Okay. Yeah.
Banh mi is if you can find a spot that is authentic pho, you might be able to get a banh mi.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I think Bindong does a banh mi.
Where's that one?
I feel like there's one in Bloomfield, there's one in Denville.
Mm-hmm.
But to get a really authentic banh mi, you gotta find somebody who's Vietnamese, or you gotta make it. So like we make them sometimes.
Do you make them at the sandwich shop? No, you don't have it on the sandwich shop. At the sandwich.
We don't have it at the sandwich shop. Here's the reason why: you have to have pork liver pate. Right. So you have a spicy aioli, pork liver pate, the ham, and then all the spicy pickled vegetables. You got to have the daikon, and you have to have the pickled carrots and the pickled cucumbers. You got to have it all in there.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are some out here. There's so many great spots for things like that.
For
So
banh mi.
out in California, there's a lot of cool locations and areas. I'm sure you can find this in the city somewhere.
I'm sure. I haven't had.
General, I remember one time me and you went somewhere where we had banh mi late night.
Yeah, there was in Chinatown on, I think it's Baxter Street.
Yeah,
And it's a phenomenal place. It's a small place. But I like what Mike said before. The key thing is that you have actual Asian chefs that make everything from scratch. Even in sandwiches, right? Any places like that. If a chef is making it, there's a different type of feel and look to the sandwich. It just tastes better. I don't know. Just experience comes out of everything.
right. I mean, even like some of this is not a sandwich, but even with sushi, right? I think that when you go to a place with a true sushi chef, you're getting a much different experience than not even just a different culture making sushi, but I'm talking about like the restaurants that sort of offer sushi. You know what I mean? Like the steakhouse also offering sushi. I mean, it's good in theory, but like I know the Liberty House does sushi as well, and I'm not by any means shitting on Liberty House's sushi, but it's not the place I'm thinking about going to for sushi. I want to go to a great, Japanese sushi house.
Yeah.
But
Gennaro, do you remember that night? I remember Gennaro would just like back in the day would just blurt out like, "We need banh mi."
Yeah. And we went and we found it.
We'd be driving somewhere in the city,
Yep.
and the chauffeur was driving, and he would just blurt that out, and then it wouldn't even be like, it would be like, over here, there's this banh mi, we got it. Like he just from driving up the street, and the driver would just stop.
The driver.
I think if you do something exceptional, you don't need to do too many other things. If you have the best banh mi, sell the best banh mi, and that's it. If you have the best fucking Cuban, sell the best Cuban, and that's it.
La Pola. Are you a fan of La Pola?
So okay, hold, before we go into all the names, and I'm going to let you do it real quick. That's another sandwich I wanted to bring up. The Cuban.
Cuban.
So go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Where are you going, Mangia? Where are you going?
La Pola. Was that Union City, West New York? Great little spot, owned by a father and a son. They've been there, I think, since the early 70s. But they make an excellent Cuban sandwich, really, really good. And I learned about that from Carl Ruiz. He was the one that he always was posting about it. And I actually, the one day we were in a neighbor, I'm like, "Where is this place?" I texted him. I said, "Where is this place?" I said, I need to try this. So he sent me the address, and we went. It was absolutely amazing.
Okay, wait. Now I have a new comment. Jerry Lanzarotti, who's a good friend of ours, the show. He's got the Lyndhurst Pastry Shop. Mike, Carrino, have you ever been down there?
Oh yeah, absolutely
incredible. DeNick's roast pork in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, is that a great fucking shout out, Jerry? Thank you for that one. Yes, I mean DeNick's is special. I mean, listen, guys, I'll get back to that Stone story. So at that night, the next day, I don't mean to go into my elaborate stories, but the next day, I came into the dude's hotel room. It's a Four Seasons. It's a fucking top 5-star hotel. And I'm there to get my tickets now for the show. He goes, "You know what?" I go, "What?" The Knicks. Fucking kidding me?
Yes.
No, we went. The Stones are going on in a few hours, and now we're at the Knicks. You know what I mean? But he sent somebody to get them. But they were fucking. Then the Knicks is incredible. What do you think about the broccoli rabe in the sandwiches?
I'm for it.
I'm for it. Manja?
There's something with pork, right?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question.
All right. Oh, here we go.
Talk about the broccoli rabe itself.
Ooh.
Spicy or not spicy?
Manja, what you got?
I like it. With a little bit of pepper flake, little seeds.
You like it with pepper flake?
Yeah.
Gennaro, what do you say?
Spicy just adds a lot of love to the sandwich. I mean, the key thing is that the pork is kind of bland in a sense, and then you add something like that. But I just love like sharp provolone. So it depends. The provolone could fight with the spicy rabe if you do it a different way.
I mean, but I agree with you, but I mean just the broccoli rabe itself.
In general,
yeah.
my mom's Sicilian. It's always the spices from the garlic. There's never really any like pepper flakes or anything else like that. It's just simple.
Pete,
I'm with Gennaro on that. It's a little bit more simple. Yeah. And by the way, I do love spice over not. So, but in that particular situation, I'm sort of with Gennaro on that one. What about you?
My dad used to use pickled jalapenos. And he would also use a little bit of the pickle juice and cook it in with it.
Oh,
That's my favorite.
Wow.
Because it's got like zing, but it's also got, because of the pickle juice, a little bit of sweet, and then you get the jalapeno itself, which aren't crazy hot because they're pickled.
yeah.
So that's the route I go.
Wow, that sounds great. I gotta try that.
Yeah, definitely. But man, Nick's is a really good. It was a good mention for sure.
Pete, have you seen the lines at that place? It's incredible. The market's incredible in general.
I was gonna say actually the markets, and there's a couple of other little spots inside that market that have some sandwiches and stuff that's just incredible.
Yeah.
Do you guys go down to Philly often? I know Tony Mangia used to when the world was open. Have you been there in a while?
I haven't been there since November.
Okay. How about you, Mike? Carrino?
I can't remember the last time I was there, unfortunately. I used to spend a lot of time down there when I was right out of culinary school.
Yeah.
I used to like at the time, my girlfriend at the time was from Philly, so. But I haven't made it down there very often. I was in the area not too long ago because I mentor a culinary team at Passaic County Technical Institute.
That's very
cool. Had a competition down in Camden, so I was like this close. And then a couple times I've taken my kids to the Camden aquarium.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like just a fart in the wind away from it. I'm like, oh, can I make that 25 minutes over if I just right up the Penn Pike?
All right, I'm going back Italian, guys. Tell me where I'm getting a great chicken parmesan sandwich.
Mike's
classic.
I have to agree.
That's a classic sandwich, though. I mean, I think when you're thinking of Italian food and whatnot, I think that's one that is a go-to, right? Is there? I mean, and I know Mike's for sure. Yes. Mangia, where else besides Mike's?
There was a place. It's gone, and it wasn't really a sandwich, but it was a place called Il Vagabondo in the city. They used to have a bocce court right in the restaurant, in the middle of the restaurant, and they used to make some of the best parms ever. They were really, really great. But unfortunately, like everything else in New York, just things kind of closed down or whatever. I'm trying to think around here. Like I said, Mike's is probably my favorite. Sometimes local pizzerias, they make a pretty decent parm. But I have to be honest with you, I like to make it at home because it's so easy. But I don't know. Let me ask Mike this question. Okay, so. The hot seat. No. I think this is a serious question in a way. When you make your chicken cutlets, do you prefer them thin and then you bang them out a little bit more to make them really thin, or do you like it a little bit on the thicker side? How do you like your chicken?
We don't pound our chicken at all.
So it's cut to what you want.
It's sliced to the thickness we want it, and then it's done.
Okay.
Done.
Because I mean, like obviously, if I'm not, unless I'm going to Pepe's to get the chicken cutlets, if I have to go to ShopRite or whatever, you have to bang them out.
What happens the purpose for banging out a chicken cutlet was size, and that was really, you don't need to tenderize chicken breast. So the whole reason that people start banging out chicken breasts is that you can cut them and then you can bang them out, make them bigger, and you can sell more. You follow?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's really where that all came about, for banging out chicken breasts. So you don't need to tenderize chicken.
My sister's ex-husband, he used to bang out whatever meat he got immediately. I never seen anything like it before. He would bring whatever meat it was for any type of sandwich, and immediately get the meat. Every fucking thing, no matter what it was. He also used to take the burgers. I'm sorry, I don't know if you watch this. Sorry, but he also he'd have like 6 or 7 burgers out on a grill, and he would do this shit.
Impressive.
Burgers. Wild. Yeah. So you're not a big tenderizer.
No, I'm not. Well, it depends, but not chicken cutlets. No, chicken cutlets we slice them and then we do
Oh, what are you tenderizing?
Huh?
What are you tenderizing? So my ex brother-in-law can find out what's the proper way to tenderize. What meats are you tenderizing? You said not chicken cutlets.
The whole veal.
Yeah, veal. No, the same principle.
Hold on a second.
It's okay.
The purpose for tenderizing is just that. Veal should
Doesn't
be
need it.
tender. You know, doesn't move. Chicken should be tender. I don't know, like what carpaccio. That's what I would tenderize. Or see, the thing is that technology is caught up too. So the whole mallet on the table thing. Not really, unless you're doing carpaccio. But you know, they make things called jackhards. You ever hear of those?
No.
Yeah. So it's about that big, and it has about 72 different individual razors in it, and it's spring loaded. So you hold it, and when you punch it, I wish I have one. I don't have it close to me. I would show you. I'll bring it for the next one.
And next show, please.
And then
a whole show about tenderizing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what I used to do with my cooks when I was a sous chef is I would punch them in the ass with it if they weren't moving fast. There's like 2 or 3 guys out there right now looking at their ass with all the marks on it. I remember him. But tenderizing is when you have a cut of meat that is undesirable or it's overworked.
Yes.
Yeah, but banging out a chicken breast, just I don't really see the point.
Janora, where do you land on banging out a chicken breast?
The one place I love in the city is called Emilio's Gelato, and it constantly on #1 list of all their food, especially things like the chicken parm. I know that Emilio often, but he'll cut it down like Mike said. He doesn't bang it out. His tenderizing is he puts it in buttermilk for a few hours. For some reason, I guess the acids there kind of just like go into the chicken to add a little bit of flavor. Then it goes into the next process, and the guy was a pastry chef, so he kind of understands science and that sort of thing. So that's kind of like the things I've seen from an insider's view of chef preparation.
I really think, Mike, have you ever been to Emilio's Balada?
No,
I really
not yet.
Man, that is probably one of the best restaurants, if not the best restaurant I've been to in the city. So, I mean, I wish we could do a whole episode just on Emilio's Balada, man, one day.
Yeah.
It's just everything that he offers, and the whole crew and the whole thing is just so good. I don't know if whoever's watching this, man, how's he doing in all this? I know that's a whole other episode, but is he still?
Peter, he varnished everything himself, so they look like they're pickled, and the outside, obviously, the walls in there like very, very nostalgic, old school. It's the place is from like 1956, so it is what it is. But all these places like Carbone and all these like new places are trying to emulate that. They can't do it, but he's doing fine because he's like, if I stop the flow of the restaurant, nothing's ever going to go. So he has a couple of chefs come in a couple times a week, and they split shifts, so each of them can make some money, and then also the porters too. He has them all come in just to give them some hours.
So it's open for takeout. If you're in the city, go check that spot out because I think it's incredible. I think it's the best in New York. So, and
it's the difference between that, right? Doing that or doing what a billionaire would say to do, like Danny Meyer. He won't open up his fine dining until until we find a vaccine.
Yes.
Not everybody could do that. Maybe 1% of people could do that. If you tell Mike to wait till a vaccine, he's going to say, what are you, out of your fucking mind?
Right.
It's not right to kind of like tout these things. So real chefs are out there still doing it, keeping things going, working on projects.
Hold on, repeat that one more time. Did you say that Danny Meyer won't open his restaurants till there's a vaccine?
Yes.
Yeah, I read that too. Yeah.
I think that's what Governor Murphy said too, though. He won't live social distancing until there's a vaccine found.
Well, so now you got that viewer, yeah.
Till there's a vaccine.
He said that there'll be social distancing in place until there's a vaccine.
Wow. Well, I mean, social distancing to a degree, yes, but not. I mean, places got to fucking open. No.
People got to survive. People have children, they have mortgages, they have everything else. I mean, all this stuff with that they've been doing with the government, where they had, I think today, they met with Donald Trump's daughter and I think the son-in-law, and they had Thomas Keller there, they had Will Guidara there, but then they had like all these big corporate chains there too. There was no representation of small places that are local to us, Mexican restaurants, Indian restaurants.
Right.
This is ridiculous because they're just swept under the rug like, okay, you're fine. We did enough for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it is crazy out there. There are so many small little restaurants that I worry about that were, in business because they were local and they were a part of the community that we're going to lose. That's the reality of this.
That's why if they're open, you have to go. I mean, order for them. If they're doing delivery, they're doing takeout, curbside pickup, call them up, find out, see if they're open, and just go and support them. Because if you don't support them, they're not going to be here.
And you know what I did with all my stimulus money? I did a lot of GoFundMe's, but I also did the local thing too, because I put that pot of money aside. I said, okay, a chef died at say Danielle, send $25. This even if I don't know the people.
Yes,
this one died.
For Caroline's thing that we ran a few weeks ago. That was very nice of you that you donated.
Thank you. Yeah, things like that. If I see something that hits my heart, like I love her, she's an amazing chef, she's doing something beautiful, I'll throw $25-$30 towards it because it's like I shouldn't have the stimulus money anyway because I'm still working. It doesn't matter for me. But if you're going to really stimulate, spend the money. Don't put it in a bank and think it's going to sit there and you can become rich or with $1,200.
While we're on this topic, I know this is not sandwiches, but he's sort of sandwiches. Danny Meyer and the Shake Shack burger. We can do a whole burger thing. I want to do that, but I want the right people on. What are we feeling about?
We are the right people on.
I feel like everything that Danny Meyer has done since the coronavirus has come out has been just wrong. Like there is not one comment or he cannot do anything right. I mean, is that just who he is, or is he just fucking up at every corner? Have you guys ever met Danny Meyer, Gennaro? I think we saw him.
I know Danny Meyer. Yeah, I know Danny. I'm a friend. I'm a fan of his. Recently, I'm not so much because of what to go for that money and to go for the PPP money and all that stuff. It's just ridiculous because I know he has a lot of people under his roster. He's got a lot of people to pay and everything else. But again, Shake Shacks is still open. He's an investor in Joe's Coffee. He's invested in some other companies that are making money as well at this time. So I don't think it's a money issue. It's kind of like he's the leader. He's the king of food. So people are pretty pissed off right now. Yes, I'm pissed off.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's appropriately. What is your take on the? And I know we've talked about this on a few weeks.
You know my take on it.
I do know that, but people are catching up. We're on StreamYard now. What like that's a big deal. What is your take now as you hear more things coming out of the Danny Meyer camp on things?
I mean, honestly, after the first round of bullshit, I just put it out of my head. And it's like, I could sit here and I could rant and I could rave and I could tell you how shitty it is for what he did. And then to try to turn around and say that you give it back and try to play the good guy, you're playing out of the Rocket Barons playbook. Fuck you. No, my take is I'm never going to go into one again, and that's enough for me and whatever. And I know people that work there. One of my guys that I trained for years and years and years as a manager. I'm not going to say his name or where he works.
No, it's okay. Yeah,
but he's still working. And he's happy that he's still working, and he's not thrilled about how that was handled anyway. But it's
Manja. The other place, Manja, that's getting some heat every day is Italy.
I know. We talked about. I haven't been following that much. I do want to follow up. I think Gennaro mentioned this last week, and I think it goes to that we should mention it again. Is that one person that gets a lot of shit in the industry, but does a lot for the industry? I know you know what I'm going to say.
Guy Fieri.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think if you want to talk about, let's talk about the positives. Let's not talk about what the scumbags and the bad people are doing. Let's shine a light on what
Danny Meyer was just like, I'm a fucking scumbag.
No, I'm not saying that. I mean, that he really gives you shit why. Who the fuck am I? I mean, I'm just some little schmuck.
Anytime you want to come on, Danny, just come on the show. We'll all be here on Monday night.
No, I'm kidding.
We'll talk about burgers. We'll have you on. It will be a lot of fun.
Yeah, you got a little something on your nose.
Well, I think In-N-Out is way better anyway. So, but sorry.
I know, no, but seriously, I mean, people like that. I think that I think that Guy Fieri was doing this takeout show, this diner drivers and dive takeout, and they were trying to donate money to the restaurant workers and stuff like that. So I think things like that. Talk about things like that. Talk about people that are busting their ass and that are trying to make ends meet in a time when everything seems like it's gonna.
They said that Guy Fieri raised what $20-something million for.
It's growing. It's growing too, because now he's doing his virtual show too. He actually had Roberto on, and he did such a good job for Roberto. Roberto got a deal with Gold Belly now too.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
It's amazing.
Ordered that shit. I'm gonna do 2 Gold Belly orders, Pat's and Roberto's. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I think we kind of rocked sandwiches. What do you feel, guys? Is there any places that I missed, Mike or Tony Mangia? Is there any
Harold's?
Harold's? Yes. Okay, that's a very fair.
Yeah, we didn't talk any about Jewish delis because the Jewish delis.
All right, so here we are. We're still live. Some people got frozen and froze out, but we're still here. All right, so let's talk about Harold's. I mean, listen, there was a Harold's in Lyndhurst.
Yeah, that was the one I used to go to. Right.
I love it, man. I used to go there and fucking hang out and just eat, either the pastrami sandwiches or the corned beef sandwiches. I mean, there's nothing better. Tony Mangia, I think me and you even went to Harold's once.
No, we went to that place, Epis Essen in Livingston, that old school Jewish deli.
Yes.
But Harold, I've been to Harold's.
Gennaro, what do you think of Harold's, is there a Jewish deli that you go to?
I think that appetizing delis like that blow away all different types of sandwich shops, everything in general. So I'm a huge fan. Obviously, Katz is in the city. I need to find more in Jersey for sure. I need to, if you guys give me good suggestions, I'll go there because I think it's just like down home, wonderful food. I love matzah soup with it. I'm just a big fan. And again, I think it's the legacy of it too. I think it's the best sandwiches that ever got created in America.
I mean, and Cat's Deli, you can't, like you said, you can't ignore that. I mean, that's a very special place. Mike, have you ever been to Cat's Deli? Yeah. It's incredible, right? Yeah.
Hobbies in Newark is a good deli too.
Yeah.
Hobbies in Newark, they're that's a good deli, old school deli.
All right, I think we covered sandwiches. We've rocked an hour and 12 minutes. Talking about this. I think we did it. I thank you guys again for being here and joining this conversation. Another successful Monday Night Manja. Tony, what do you got? What are we doing? Are we going to try to do diners next week? We never know until like Friday.
Yeah, we should try to do burgers. Would be a good topic. I mean, you could even do.
We could just the 4 of us can just talk about burgers.
Oh yeah. Barbecue, yeah, I'm representing Sam Jones.
Barbecue. Okay, so there's a few topics. What do you want to hear? All 4 of you. What do you want? No. What do you want to hear, audience? Let us know, and we will cover it next Monday on Monday Night Manja. This is the Monday Night Manja crew. All right, guys. Thanks for.
All right.
Thank you, gents. Love you guys.
All right, guys.
Ciao.
Ciao.